Good day, everyone. In today's lesson, we will learn factoring quadratic trinomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c where a is greater than 1. Example 1, factor 3x squared plus 8x plus 5. Let's factor 3x squared plus 8x plus 5 step by step. Step 1, identify a, b, and c. A is the numerical coefficient of x squared, b is the numerical coefficient of x, and c is the constant term. So a is 3, b is 8, c is 5. Step 2, multiply a and c. Again, a is 3, c is 5. So multiplying a and c, that will be 3 times 5. So AC is equal to 15. Step 3, find factors of AC that add up to B. Again, AC is 15, B is 8. Now, let's list the factors of AC, which is 15. So we have 1 and 15, 3 and 5. Since 1 times 15 is 15 and 3 times 5 is 15. Then, let's add each pair of factors. 1 plus 15 is 16, 3 plus 5 is 8. Therefore, the factors of AC that add up to B are 3 and 5. Step 4. Draw a 2 by 2 grid, putting the first term in the upper left-hand corner and the last term in the lower right-hand corner. That will be. And then take the factors in step 3 and put them complete with their signs and variables in the diagonal corners. So again, the factors of AC, which is 15, that add up to B, which is 8, are 3 and 5. So we have Step 5, factor the rows and columns. So let us first factor the rows. So let's find the common factor between 3x squared and 5x. So that is x. Then the common factor between 3x and 5. Okay, so there is no common factor between 3x and 5, so the common factor is 1. Now let's factor the columns. So the common factor between 3x squared and 3x is 3x. And the common factor between 5x and 5, so that is 5. Therefore, the factors of 3x squared plus 8x plus 5 are x plus 1 and 3x plus 5. So we can say that 3x squared plus 8x plus 5 is equal to the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity 3x plus 5. Example 2, factor 5x squared minus 21x plus 4. So the first step is to identify a, b, and c. So a is 5, b is negative 21, and c is 4. And then we have to multiply a and c. So that will be 5 times 4 is 20. Next is to find factors of AC that add up to b. So let's list all the factors of AC, but since c is positive and b is negative, then the factors should be both negative. So the factors of AC are negative 1 and negative 20, negative 2 and negative 10, negative 4 and negative 5. Then let's add each pair of factors. So negative 1 plus negative 20 is negative 21. Then negative 2 plus negative 10 is negative 12. And negative 4 plus negative 5 is negative 9. So the factors of AC that add up to B are negative 1 and negative 20. Then let's draw a 2 by 2 grid, putting the first term in the upper left-hand corner, the last term in the lower right-hand corner, and the factors of AC that add up to B in the diagonal corner. So we have negative 20x and x. And then the last step is to factor the rows and columns. But take note that the sign of the factors for the bottom row and the right column come from the closest term that you are factoring from. So now let's factor the rows. So what is a common factor between 5x squared and negative x? So that is x. Then the common factor between negative 20x and 4. So that will be negative 4. So since it is closest to negative 20x, so that's why it's negative. And then let's factor the columns. So the common factor between 5x squared and negative 20x is 5x. Then the common factor between negative x and 4. So there is no common factor between negative x and 4. So if there is no common factor between the terms, the common factor is 1. But since it is closest to a negative x, so therefore the common factor is negative 1. So therefore the factors of 5x squared minus 21x plus 4 are x minus 4 and 5x minus 1. So we can say that 5x squared minus 21x plus 4 is equal to the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity 5x minus 1. Another example, let's factor 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. Again, let us first identify a, b, and c. So a is 2, b is negative 7, and c is 6. Then let's multiply a and c. So that will be 2 times 6 is equal to 12. Now let's find factors of AC that add up to b. So, but then again, c is positive and b is negative. So the factors should be both negative. So let us now list the factors of AC that are both negative. So we have negative 1 and negative 12, negative 2 and negative 6, negative 3 and negative 4. Now let's add each pair of factors. So negative 1 plus negative 12 is negative 13. Negative 2 plus negative 6 is negative 8. Negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. So the factors of AC that add up to B are negative 3 and negative 4. Now let's draw a 2 by 2 grid, putting the first term in the upper left-hand corner, the last term in the lower right-hand corner, and the factors of AC that add up to B in the diagonal corner. So we have negative 3x and negative 4x. Then now let's factor the rows and columns. Okay, so the common factor between 2x squared and negative 4x is 2x. And the common factor between negative 3x and 6 is negative 3. So again, that is negative since it is closest to negative 3x. Then the common factor between 2x squared and negative 3x is x. And the common factor between negative 4 and 6 is negative 2. So again, it is closest to negative 4x, so that is negative. Okay, therefore, the factors of 2x squared minus 7x plus 6 are 2x minus 3 and x minus 2. So we can say that 2x squared minus 7x plus 6 is equal to the quantity 2x minus 3 times the quantity x minus 2. Next example, factor 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. So again, let us first identify a, b, and c. So a is 5, b is 7, and c is negative 6. Then let's multiply a and c. So that will be 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Then let's find factors of AC that add up to b. But since c is negative, then the factors should have different signs. So the factors of AC are negative 1 and 30, negative 2 and 15, negative 3 and 10, negative 5 and 6, 1 and negative 30, 2 and negative 15, 3 and negative 10, and 5 and negative 6. So let's add each pair of factors. So negative 1 plus 30 is 29, negative 2 plus 15 is 13, negative 3 plus 10 is 7, negative 5 plus 6 is 1, 1 plus negative 30 is negative 21, 2 plus negative 15 is negative 13, 3 plus negative 10 is negative 7, 5 plus negative 6 is negative 1. So the factors of AC that add up to B are negative 3 and 10. Now let's draw a 2 by 2 grid, putting the first term in the upper left-hand corner, the last term in the lower right-hand corner, and the factors of AC in the diagonal corner. So we have there negative 3x and 10x. Then let's factor the rows and columns. So the common factor between 5x squared and 10x is 5x. Common factor between negative 3x and negative 6 is negative 3. So again, that is negative since it is closest to negative 3x. And then the common factor between 5x squared and negative 3x is x. Then the common factor between 10x and negative 6 is 2. So that is positive since it is closest to positive 10x. So therefore, the factors of 5x squared plus 7x minus 6 are 5x minus 3 and x plus 2. So we can say that 5x squared plus 7x minus 6 is equal to the quantity 5x minus 3 times the quantity x plus 2. Last example, factor 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. Again, let's identify a, b, and c. So a is 2, b is negative 5, and c is negative 3. So let's multiply a and c. That will be 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Then, let's find factors of AC that add up to B. So, again, C is negative, so the factors should have different signs. So, we have negative 1 and 6, negative 2 and 3, 1 and negative 6, 2 and negative 3, and then, let's add each pair of factors. So, that is negative 1 plus 6 is 5, negative 2 plus 3 is 1, 1 plus negative 6 is negative 5, 2 plus negative 3 is negative 1. So the factors of AC that add up to B are 1 and negative 6. Now let's draw a 2 by 2 grid. So putting the first term in the upper left hand corner, the last term in the lower right hand corner, and then the factors of AC that add up to B in the diagonal corner. So that will be x, then negative 6x. Then let's factor the rows and columns. So the common factor between 2x squared and negative 6x is 2x. Then the common factor between x and negative 3, again, there is no common factor, so the common factor is 1. Then the common factor between 2x squared and x is x. Then the common factor between negative 6x and negative 3 is negative 3. So therefore, the factors of 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 are 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. So we can say that 2x squared minus 5x minus 3 is equal to the quantity 2x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 3. Let us summarize what we have learned. So to factor quadratic trinomial where a is greater than 1 using the grid method, first, identify a, b, and c. Second, multiply a and c. Third, find the factors of AC whose sum is b. So if both c and b are positive, then the two integers are both positive. If c is positive and b is negative, then the two integers are both negative. If c is negative, then the two integers have different signs. The sign of the middle term tells you the sign of the larger integer. Fourth, draw a 2 by 2 grid, putting the first term in the upper left-hand corner and the last term in the lower right-hand corner. Then the factors of AC in the diagonal. Fifth, factor the rows and columns.